tous à moi. Je les ouvre, je les ferme et je les cache. Je les mets en haut, je les mets en bas. Je les pose comme.
This week we've been doing language immersion camps here at North Davis Junior High, and we've included students from ages 10 up through high school students because in Davis School District we have a great tradition of having elementary immersion programs. In fact, 15% of our elementary schools, or 9 of them, are immersion schools. We have Chinese, French, and Spanish, and they are learning so much, and it's such a great opportunity to learn the language that way, in a hands-on way, where they're doing activities and learning content, and the language just happens to be a product or a byproduct of that. And so that's what we're doing this week, and we wanted to give this same opportunity to our secondary students that our elementary kids have been having. So that's why we decided to do it in the first place, and also during the summer in a more intensive, hands-on, really using the language way.
We're just trying to take these kids, and basically most of them have no knowledge of French whatsoever. And so we're basically trying to shove them into the French and let them swim. The first day they get a little scared, but the rest of it they usually do great.
The way that language is really learned is through acquisition. So instead of learning about the language, we want the kids to actually acquire it, to take it in like a child does. And that's just through repetition and hearing and hearing and hearing the language over again. And when a child is learning a language, they're slower to start to use the language, but they're still learning and hearing. And that is a more effective way to learn a language, because you're really going to learn it and internalize it and then be able to use it. And so even though at the end of this week they may not be more outwardly fluent, they are really going to have acquired a lot of language. And one of the greatest things about this camp is not only are they going to acquire some language, but during this week, these kids are going to learn to love the language in a new way, to be surrounded by other kids and teachers who equally love the language, and see what a valuable tool it could be for their future. And I think in that way, it'll light a spark for them. And that in itself is a great outcome. We opened the camp to students who knew nothing of the language, and even students who had had several years of experience. So we don't think that it's a hindrance to have students of all language abilities here. And yeah, we break them up sometimes, but sometimes we can do things all together, just like a family does.
Within the first day they were already talking. They could say their name, they can introduce themselves, count to 10, all that type of stuff. It's amazing.
We really like the food because you don't have to speak French to eat it.
In addition to food, there have been sports. I got to watch them the other day do Zumba. They're going on field trips today to a Spanish market in Ogden, and they're going to buy some food, and then they're going to go to a taco truck and buy some what people would really buy here on the streets, and learn that they can go to those places and it's delicious and it's inexpensive, and what a great way to have the culture right here in our community. But there's also been a lot of singing and game playing and interacting through learning the language. So it's been a fun week. Je suis très heureuse de offrir cette expérience pour les élèves de Davis School District cette semaine, et je suis très contente avec les profs et les élèves. I said, I'm very excited that we were able to offer this experience this week for the kids, and I'm really happy with the students and the teachers.